Hello and welcome to Candlepins for Cancer, live from Boutwell's Bowling Center in Concord, New Hampshire, raising money for bowlers and families against the cost of this terrible disease. Donate or take part by going to candlepins4cancer.com. Introducing the stars of our first stepladder matchup, our number 5 seed with a qualifying score of 624, Dean Sullivan, and our number 4 seed with a qualifying score of 625, Mike Celona. And now your hosts, Paul Grant and Mike Morin.
Hello, Greg. Thank you. Thanks for watching on Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube. Free to subscribe. Welcome to those later on the WON Sports Television Network in 37 stations across the country. Hello, Mr. Morin. Welcome back.
Thank you for asking me back. It's been a while, 3 years.
Yeah, always a pleasure. You got bigger cherries to run sometimes, you know.
I know. Well, glad to be here, and I love the field that you've put together today. Well, the bowlers did. So let's get it going, huh?
2023 President's Cup winner also.
I've heard about that. Yes.
324 episodes on TV. Is that right? Not including these.
Somewhere in that vicinity.
You lost count, huh?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
All right, let's beat the bowlers.
Dean Sullivan, come on up. Feel like you're on Price is Right or something, right?
Theme music, Greg.
How have you been, sir?
Doing good.
All right. All the way up from Manchester.
Well, sort of, yeah, up the road.
Right. So, I met you when you were doing the King of the Palace, which you've won 7 times.
Yep.
Is that place still open? I haven't.
No, it's closed right now. New ownership.
Yeah. That was a fun tournament, wasn't it?
Oh, it was a great place. Great house. Good bowling.
Unlike any others, you go up these stairs and you feel like you're in the 1920s, but there's just something charming about it, and the bowlers just had a great time.
It was a fun house. Dave that owned it was a great guy. He took care of the bowlers. It was a lot of fun.
Have any other favorites that when you go to, you know you're going to do well?
No, all my favorites are gone now.
Well, that's not fair.
Well, that's how it is. That's the way of the world.
Well, you've done this show 4 times. You and I are, well, I'm more of a senior than you are. So how do you feel about going up against guys that are considerably younger and really whale that thing?
Well, we'll see if the age is better than the youth.
Well, welcome. I was happy to see that you were in the top 5 today.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Paul?
All right, Mr. Celona, Mike Celona, Mr. 200. I love the shirt. Welcome.
I'm glad Dean called me youth. That's the first. I'm glad. For a 52-year-old guy, yeah.
We can fact check that.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah, still young, yeah. Young and hot.
Today's a big day for you. First time in the Candlepins Cancel ladder. You run WNDS a couple times in the past.
Yeah.
Talk about that experience.
Oh, the one thing I'll never forget is a young girl came up to me and asked me, can I get your autograph? So it kind of threw me for a loop, but it was an unbelievable experience. Yeah, I'll never forget it. And it was a lot easier bowling against guys that I bowled with my whole life at East Boston. So Joey Steller and Eddie Woodside.
Did you charge for the autograph?
No, I didn't. I was just too stunned. I kind of scribbled down, and that was it.
It's double dip for you. You got this roll off today, and you also have the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah, Kentucky Derby, yeah. I haven't get on with my winter yet because I don't know what the weather's like, so I got to check to see if it's going to be sloppy track or not.
It's going to be
Who
the Butters.
who are you rooting for?
I'm not going to pick anybody yet.
Okay.
I'll give it out on Facebook.
All right. Good luck today, Greg.
Thanks so much. If you're new to Candlepin Bowling, a very special welcome to you across Candlepin Bowling Network and the WON Sports Television Network. It plays like big ball, but there's 3 balls per frame, and any pins in Candlepin alone that are dropped on the plate stay on the plate and can be used as live wood. Dean Sullivan gets us started. He'll go on lane number 5, 5 boxes on lane 5, and then 5 boxes on lane 6. And once everyone gets set, we will get started as well. Hello again, Paul and Mike.
Hello, Greg.
Hey
Hello,
there.
Mike. What a place to bowl. Boutwell's Bowling Center in Concord, New Hampshire, home of the Mixed Worlds, June 27th, June 28th, June 29th, 2025, and the Ladies Internationals, August 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Live coverage on YouTube on Candlepin Bowling Network. Veteran bowler Dean Sullivan starts off in lane 5. On the crossover, he gets 5. You could say 2 triangles, the middle one or the right side triangle. And a piece of wood, maybe out of bounds. And here's Dimitri Dellis, the better brother bowler of the Boutwell's bowlers here. Take care of that wood.
I walk in here, I think of Dan Murphy. You can hear me okay?
I can hear you a little bit, Mike.
Yes.
Here we go.
All right.
We all can. I got to fix Paul's audio. You were saying, Mike.
I was saying when I walk in here, I think of Dan Murphy, who spent so many years here as a fixture, as of course a pro bowler, as we all knew him, and just a great gentleman and a wonderful proprietor. He and Steve Birch running it for a number of years as Dean goes for the sweep the pin over. Oh, instead he knocked it out. Well, still falling.
All fair contact.
I always say, as the world turns, that soap opera, remember the world spinning around at the beginning of the show? And Dimitri's staying busy here.
He's waiting for that ball to go in the gutter. This is unusual. I mean, well, the delays are usual, of course, to have the ball and the pin coming forward,
but he wants to wait because it could knock a pin down while it's still moving.
Geez, I kick him down, will you?
All right.
I want the spare.
usually candlepin bowling is faster paced than this.
Yeah.
First of 4 matches today, 1 match at a time on the WON Sports Network. Thank you, Jonathan Rios, for putting us across the country in 37 markets. Dean object pin for an 8 to start the first of 3 strings. The winner takes on the number 3 seed, the Tornado, Tim Douglas. Tornado warning. And the Tsunami Keith Beaupre won it last time.
Which is very appropriate, because on the day that we're doing this, there is all kinds of storms in the area. And I don't think we're going to get a tornado, but had some dark clouds driving in this morning from Nashua.
There's a nice ball, 8.
He just does not want to hit the tip of the piece of wood that's down, which would deflect the ball. Wants to get a clean contact with the 5-pin, and he does. Too clean, in fact.
Object pin does not carry. Sullivan off to the left for a 9, 17 through 2, going 5 boxes at a time. They'll switch sides every 5 boxes. The lead-up bowler will lead off all 3 strings. Craig, we get some big bonus money in the line today as well. As the run today gets $300 for this first shift. It goes to $500, $600, $900, and $1,300 for the top prize today.
And you can pull down the YouTube or Facebook description to see all the bonus money in play, including $300 for that triple strike.
Is 13's a little higher than the usual, isn't it?
We've done $2,000 and $1,500 in the past, but now we're doing it based on entry fees.
Yeah. Oh.
As he goes on the 3-9.
Ball fading from the left to the right, taking out the 3 and the 9, half Worcester right, wearing his Palace Lanes King of the Palace shirt.
1, 4, 7, 6 right.
Mike should be coming through. Everyone should be coming through on the levels here. Let me know if the audio's off, folks, but appreciate you watching live on Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube and Facebook as well.
I'm hearing it just fine.
Dean, not the spot he wants. 7, 24 through 3. I heard it for a second and it cut out again.
I think it's your headsets, quite honestly. You can hear me, right? Okay.
Yep. Everyone else can.
But not you.
I can hear Mike. I'm not tuning you out, Mike. Hey, I can hear Mike now, I think. Sullivan off to the right again. This time it's going to be a drop of 6. 1, 2, 4, the 9 and back. A sport for any age. Candlepin is cool. Anybody can bowl anytime, any age. Get the word out. Sullivan lane 5. What a shot. No, won't go.
Thought he
Tough
had
break.
it. Thought that wood in the back would help. It did not. So a rough first half for Dean Sullivan of Manchester, New Hampshire.
It's a 10, 34 through 4, looking for a mark.
You can see that -6 there. No insult intended, but that's par relative to 10, and higher is better. Whenever anyone leaves pins on the deck, it goes down, and whenever anyone gets bonus pins on the hoped-for spares, it goes up. It'll be positive by the end.
Dean from Thousand Oaks, California. Really, I wonder if there were 1,000 Oaks there. Mike, did you do a count on those?
Well, another question, are there 29 Palms in 29 Palms, California also? That'd be easier to count than Thousand Oaks. Let's take this show on the road sometime from both those communities.
Dean 3 and the 6. Wood waiting to stop by rule.
That is not good wood, I don't think. Let's see if he can make it happen.
No, tough break again. Gets a lot of bad breaks.
Deflected the front pin, leaving the one on the back. Pinning reasonably well, but he would like to do better than that.
We'll take another look at why this didn't go here. It's a pin deflection, essentially. On that red line, and it just goes right the way around.
right, here's Mike Celona, left-hander from Central Park Lanes, East Boston, Mass. 1-2-7-10 on lane 6. The 4th seed, 1 pin better than Dean in the qualifying rounds. And that's our Augusta, Maine special. I call it the 1-7-10 Sports Center, the old Channel 5 jackpot. But up to date. Mark Carrier, Samantha Carrier did a great job at the 1-7-10 Sports in Augusta, Maine.
Is there any configuration you haven't renamed?
Not all of them. I'm working on it.
Yeah.
He starts with a 7 and he trails by 1.
Nice group of people turning out to watch our Saturday morning live broadcast on One Sports.
Celona 4 and the 10. So we can use that word over.
Interesting style how his arm kind of goes out of line and then comes right back. No, this is fine. Trust me. This is fine. You can always use this
Okay,
and take your
Celona with
headphones
the
off.
wood. He got it.
Oh, my.
What a shot for a spare.
A sweet split spare. Have another look at this one. That's into the wood, into the 4-pin, and it's going to careen into the 10. Brilliant.
On the bonus, right side, 5-6. 1-4-7-10, 23-17 up a touchdown. Let's go over 2 marks in a row. You missed number 1. Everything else went. Greg Guillard on the technology. Celona right on for a 10.
Oh, he would have had the 7-pin had that been standing.
33-24. He's up 9. It's a 3-string total pinfall. No points.
A runner-up in this match takes home $300. The winner moves on to take on the 3rd seed, who is Tim the Tornado Douglas.
Wonder where he got the nickname from. Celona goes left for 5.
Chris Schenkel, maybe?
Now, there's a name from the past. Huh?
Uh-huh.
He did the NBA games on ABC back then.
He did it all. Of course, he was best known probably for his pro bowling on Saturdays for probably 3 decades.
Celona, good try. 6 and a 10 early in the first of 3. Crowd's starting to file in here now.
Getting out of the rain.
Celona splits the uprights for a 10 box, 43-34 up 9, up against a 10. Candlepins for Cancer, a 501c3 charity, has helped $85,000 worth to Candlepin families going through cancer treatments. Do your part, please, by going to Candlepins number 4, cancer.com. Candlepins number 4, cancer.com. You can also send it via Venmo. You can send a check also. The address on the website, candlepins4cancer.com. Also sign up for upcoming roll-offs. Ladies 220 doubles event, September 6th. And the 9-pin tournament for the first time. We're doing a 9-pin roll-off
Oh,
in Abington.
that'll go by fast,
Late
huh?
May, early June. Maybe we do a 5-string live show for that one because it probably goes fast. So we're still talking about that. That's late May into mid-June.
We should point out that people need to come and watch this in person because you have the best collection of merch. Much of the money going to Candlepins for Cancer. I think people would like to wear and show their support of Candlepins for Cancer.
We'll go more on that in just a moment. 9 box Celona update from Greg Guillard.
52-44 right now, so you see that +2. He's 2 over 10 a box pace. But yes, we've got T-shirts, we've got mugs, we've got everything imaginable, including with the Candlepins for Cancer website as well. The merch not yet available on the website. We haven't been able to configure that just yet, but
Etsy.
mayhaps. I know we've got some bright minds like Kim Baker on the scene to help us work towards that.
Yes, Dean Sullivan now in lane 6.
All
Bombs
right.
away, baby, strike! And that's more like Dean Sullivan.
That was a crusher. Wow.
54 plus 2 through 6. That saying's on the mug, by the way. Made by the lady in Canada. Thank you, Krista.
Blink and you miss it, even though it's on replay speed.
Yes.
Watch it go again.
That's how you avoid a split. Might get a spare 6 in a second. Dean on the board.
Right in the 1-3 pocket where you want to get it.
Greg, how can they get Candlepin Bowling Network?
You found one way, although of course, you might be watching on WON. So Candlepin Bowling Network is on Facebook and YouTube by that name, Candlepin Bowling Network. Please like and follow on Facebook so you don't miss out on our videos, and subscribe on YouTube, and hit the bell icon on YouTube if you don't mind as well. That way the algorithm will definitely show you our videos. If you only subscribe, it may.
Sullivan going for double strikes, and look at this one. It leans
Look at
over.
this.
Not a head pin hit. Fell for behind. 10-pin holds, I think. Sea of wood in front.
This isn't going to be another Chris Merrill slowest strike ever, is it?
That's funny.
Not when the pin goes in the gutter like that.
Right.
Chris, a great bowler from Stars and Strikes, South Paris, Maine, won the Easter Classic 2 years in a row.
This should be a spare.
What'd you say, Mike?
Well,
I think you jinxed him.
I waited till the ball left his hand.
It reminds me of the time on Candlepins for Dollars when Frank Malacote saw a naked single pin. It was just like, that's basically a guarantee. And I was like, no, Frank, don't jinx him. But whoever it was did make the shot.
Too much wood. 9 the
That's
strike.
surprising with that wood. 2 tries at it.
63 through 6, 9, 72 through 7 on Candlepin Bowling Network. And later on, the WON Sports Television Network also hosting Leader Lane Skins. Now going to be somewhere else, hopefully.
Yeah,
We'll
who's
see.
going to pick that up, I
We'll
wonder.
see.
Yeah, we got to look at that. So it was too much of the cap and more on the left side of the wood. Anywhere on that red line plows it through more decisively on that.
Check out Candlepin Corner on YouTube. They're free to subscribe also. Corey, Lisi, Jordan, Britton do a great job there. Dean Sullivan, the 5th seed, trying to advance. 179.
Getting some good action.
Yeah, they did the decks pretty good. They, like the old days, Channel 5, they souped those things way up.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't think we did it at Channel 50.
You could breathe in the
but
pins, they'd fall down.
Yeah.
Channel 5.
I think Channel 5 did towards the end of the run, unless I'm misunderstanding that. Just
Dean,
more
1 to
than
7.
all I can tell you is I sat in on a number of ICBA board meetings of owners, and that was always a topic of discussion, is how much you want to juice the lanes. Look at this. Oh! And how much bounce do you want off the sideboards? Because you can get certain densities of rubber, which is what they use on the sidewalls. Those are things that we want to get the scores up, but let's not sell the game out either.
And then that's the International Candlepin Bowling Association,
That's right.
of course, folks. And but there was no set specification in the end, right?
Well,
in
there were
terms of-
tolerances, but I don't think there was any one that it had to be. It was up to the proprietor.
Sullivan drops 7, 2, 4, 7. So in other words, they didn't use your hair gel.
They did not
For the
use
lanes.
my hair gel, no. But they did. I let them borrow my butch wax one year. You're too young to remember butch wax.
How about a year supply of turtle wax?
Oh, God.
The price is right.
Chance here.
No.
What a shame. He's so close.
What was your favorite match you called on the air, Mike?
My favorite what?
Match you called?
On Channel 9? Channel 50?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
I mean, a 10.
That's
91 through 9.
If you'd give me about a week, I could go through my records and see what jogged my memory. Most memorable, of course, was a sad one, and that was the last time that Tom Morgan bowled on our show when he had a terminal brain cancer, and there wasn't a dry eye in the house. Gary Santora, I don't envy him. He was the one that actually eliminated him from the roll-off or that particular match.
1, 2, 9, 10. This final box of the first, trying to finish strong.
I'll give you another one that I remember, and that is Joe Ashline going into the third string. He had a 63-pin lead through 3 boxes. He was bowling Hawk Hallis. He ended up losing by a pin. Hawk Hallis just plowed right through, and Joe missed a 5-pin in the 10th box, which would have given it to him.
I got a story from last night I got to tell you about afterwards.
Joe Ashline is a career of almosts. Lost an Easter Classic by 1 pin to Craig Holbrook. Lost a Channel 5 live show to Tom Ulster when he just couldn't get an out on the end. What a fireballer he was.
That's right, and that was his. You don't ever want to. I pitched to him in a softball game, and he pointed to me, and I gave him, of course, it's slow pitch, so he nearly took my head off, and I think that was deliberate on his part.
Team 8 disappointing start, 99, but it's 3-string total pinfall.
For a 118 average bowler, we specify. Candlepin's a tough game no matter what, but of course Dean will be looking to find the range more into the next string. Mike
Celona 52-44 at the half, up 8 through 5 completed boxes. 3, 6, 10 wood behind. He tried to get to that 4 on the left. Can he send it over? He does!
Oh, look at that. Wow.
What a shot for a spare. Spare 6 in the second, spare in the 6. $25 for each string, 1 are tied for bonus money. 3 marks in a row, consecutive marks in the same string, combinations, spares and strikes, $50. Each subsequent mark in the same string, another $50.
I love the perfect string incentive.
10 spares and strikes, there's 9.
Well, he seems dialed in, doesn't he?
71 through 6.
Great fill on his spare in the 6 box.
Average spare fill is about 6.5, we've calculated.
I was wondering about that.
Bob Lee did, thanks.
Another one. Back to back. 3 in the string. 81 in the ball through 7. Greg's keeping track of the bonus money for me today. Thanks, Greg.
You got it.
Because he doesn't have enough to do already. With your whining about the headphones.
I couldn't hear you in the first couple of boxes.
Because I was moving my lips and I wasn't saying anything.
Oh, you lip syncing. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. There's a 6-pack. Check his ID. 4 in the fill. 85 through 7.
You've had a few new ones since I've worked with you last.
I kind of like that 6-pack
I
one
do
as
too.
well. Blowing out the 3
Remember when
columns
your
either
stomach
side.
looked like that, Paul? With the various lines?
If that's the shape, please consult a doctor.
I was raised a thing growing up.
Jonathan Rios, I don't know if that counts towards a PSA quota, but there you go.
Celona 9. 94 through 80. 99 to beat the string.
So if we have a tie after 3 strings, there's a 10-match roll-off?
No, I want to do
10-game roll-off?
I mentioned the group chat. I want to do a 20-string roll-off.
20, that's right.
And after that, we'll do a 2-box roll-off.
We just did 20 at Easter Classic.
I know.
Yeah, but we don't have $4,000 for whoever wins that.
Look at this one.
Spread eagle.
Plus a 9-pin.
9th box, first string. Boutwell's bowling tonight. Concord, New Hampshire, same
right
spot. That's a
through.
Paul Grant shot.
So that gives Mr. Sullivan a little bit more hope here after back-to-back spares from Celona.
But Dean's got to come back throw a 150 in your face after that.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
Celona takes a 5. 99 through 9. Dean had 99 through 10. So Mike, 1 pin to get $25 in bonus money. Dean wants 3 balls in the ocean so he can get $25 each.
So 9 above par now. That's plus 9, you see. Par 10.
Celona, nice pocket shot. He gets a strike ball almost.
You're
We're going to
hit.
6.
Get over.
Gets $25 in bonus money.
Well, the ball is not touching, or the pin is not touching, so he does have to hit the pin.
Front of the
The
mark.
object pin. See?
No.
Had it been touching, it probably would have gone down.
You got to love the shirt, though.
The WOW shirt?
That's part of the dress code. Cancel shirt, wow shirt. Sports the charity. Why not?
I didn't get that memo. I didn't wear mine
And that's
today.
a Paul Grant special. Missed the second, make the third. Never a good time for that. 10, but he wins the string. 109.99. 10-pin lead and $25 richer.
There we are. After 1 string, you see that 10-pin lead there. We'll start string 2 of 3 in just a moment on Candlepin Bowling Network and WON Sports. If Dean's ready to go, we can just plow right into it. Mike, you're all set?
I'm good.
All right, sounds good. And welcome back. String 2 of 3 here on Candlepin Bowling Network and WON Sports. Dean Sullivan trailing by 10 pins as he steps up here on lane number 5 to start our middle string. My name's Greg Guyar, and I'm alongside Paul Grant and Mike Morin.
Whether you like it or not.
Everyone loves Mike Morin.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Dean, good ball there. 5-pin with plank to help.
My wife loves when you ask me to come do the show because it gets me out of the house for,
She
2
likes the money.
days.
She likes the money you're getting.
I know.
Spare,
There
good
we
start.
go. Basically an even match now, essentially.
His first spare to go with 1 strike overall. So talking about that big win, you said 63 pins. Last night I was doing a Friday Night Pro League. Central won the 4th seed, Tim Douglas's team. We'll see next the 3rd seed. Playing Freshies Metro Bowl, the 6th seed for playoff positioning. A good first string was tight. Metro took the lead by 7 late. Central came back to win it by 5. Then Metro puts on a clinic. All 5 balls to at least 3 marks in a row, that string.
Wow.
They put a 666 up for 5 string for the 5 balls that string. Won by 110 pins. All right, 105 pin lead, safe, right? No problem, right?
You think?
They lost the match by 21.
Wow. Not even close, really.
Well, they came back.
Yeah.
Central came back with a 651 to win by 21. On a 26-pin swing in 1 string. That's amazing. Sullivan, 6 in the fill, 16 through 1.
Ball just kind of faded to the right.
On those diagonals, that is makeable.
How about one of your funniest moments on one of your bowling shows? as Dean takes a nice 10, 26 through
One,
2 in the
one
second
of the
and
funniest
3.
moments. Well, we had plenty of those. Actually, my favorite funny story is one that Dan Murphy tells in my book, Lunch with Tommy and Stacia. They were shooting a match. I'm not sure what show it was, but it was Bob Foraker. And so the guy came out, and sometime early in the match, he threw the ball, and his pants ripped from the front to the back, just completely. And so what they did is they kept playing that over and over. Bob Foraker said, let's show it again. So as it turns out, the best part of the story is it was this guy's birthday, and his parents, who were there, had his birthday gift in the car, which was a new pair of pants. And now, back to the countdown.
478 spare. I'm Casey Kasem.
That's right.
This is American Top 40.
That's pin perfect through 3.
36 in the ball through 3. $100 for a perfect game. And Candlepins 10 spares and strikes.
So a pretty good start for Dean. Third of the way to a perfect 10 frames. That's worth $100.
Check out WWON Channel 48 in New York. Variety of TV programming and sports programming as well. Helping out with the Candlepins for Cancer on 37 television markets, including Honolulu, Hawaii.
And on YouTube as well.
Yes, Sullivan off to the right on the bonus. Gets
All right.
6. 1, 2, 5 behind the 1 and the 9. Second spare 6 in the last 3. 42 through 3. And Dean back in business.
Those 2 pins on the deck help kind of contain the pins as they fall, so that is helpful to have those right there. Nope.
Oh, the ball took an extra hit at that one. That ball hit that 9 pin, didn't it? I thought.
I don't know. That was too long ago. I don't remember.
I got to hit that replay button in 7 seconds or it's not happening. But another pin.
Mike, sponsored by Phyllis Milk of Amnesia.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you, Johnny Carson. I think that was a sponsor on Tea Time Movie.
Always fun working with you.
And hopefully you're enjoying it as well. If you do like it, please like the video if you're logged into your platform of choice on Candlepin Bowling Network.
Instant replay, spare 610, spare 610. Hopefully a spare or strike here. He gets 7.
That was a beauty.
3, 6, 10. Once that wood out of the way.
Trying to wave it out of the way.
And
And I think it's going to stay.
the pin doesn't want to deal with Dean. Moved out of the way.
That could be
wood.
it.
Yeah. Dean's all business on the lanes.
It's good news because it's out of the way of the 3-6 pocket.
Steady ball over the years. For another mark with the wood. Got it!
Oh, are you going to take that?
62 and a ball through 5. You should look at it.
All right,
That's
we'll
true.
give it to you, Dean.
Spare in the first, third, and fifth. Doesn't like the
A really
even
nice
boxes. That's odd.
apparent. Excuse me?
He doesn't like this. He doesn't like the spares in the even boxes. That's odd.
Well,
I get it.
it was funny the first time.
Boom, wah.
But a nice first half for him.
Yes. he had
72 and a ball.
62 and a ball.
62 and a ball. Isn't that what I said?
You're forward thinking. I like it. Mike Celona, 139, the cluster of 3, 7-10 poles. Can he pick it up? Look at that. It fizzled out like a poor lit firecracker. 7-9-10. Second string of 3. Winner plays number 3 seed Tim Tornado Douglas. Later on, the number 2 seed, the Freight Train, Joey Lister. Later on, the number 1 seed, houseball Shaun Shattuck. And that is a wild 10 to start the second.
Very nice.
16-10. Dean up 6 in the string. Mike's up 4 in the match.
Take a look again at how this sweeps across on the right side wood. And then the backwood's going to help it careen into the 9, and then the action just keeps on going.
A quirky delivery off to the right,
Yeah,
off the wall,
very
just
much
4.
so. I remember he was on our Stars and Strikes show back in 2001. I don't remember that particular part of his delivery, but it works for him. And he is maintaining a 118 average these days. Back when he was on with us on Channel 50, it was 116.
Great average, great effort there.
Been bowling since 1980. Central Park Lanes, East Boston. That's his home spot.
I always ask how they get interested in bowling. You always hear unique stories, some of these bowlers.
Well, I love his.
He gets a 9, 19 through 2. He's down 7 in the string, up a field goal in the match. Mike.
What got him interested was bowling with plastic pins at age 4, and that was the same for me. I was maybe 6 or 7, and I just couldn't get enough of it. And that was back in the days of championship bowling on Sundays at noon on ABC. So I'd watch that, and then I'd get my plastic pins out, and Yeah. Then I was in therapy.
I am so confused about the middle part of that story, but it's only a short show, but
Celona 147.
Yeah, it's not how we did it in rehearsal.
As the Daleks would say, I call them the Garlics on Doctor Who. Explain, explain, explain. If you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Okay. Who?
If it isn't Dark Shadows, I have no idea what you're
Love
talking
Dark
about.
Shadows. That's a great show. That was live on tape. They recorded it live on tape. It was awesome. You see the flies in their face and
Sure.
things, noise in the background, Venetian blinds falling down, sets falling down. It was awesome.
Well, this is live to tape
Yeah.
as well.
it's live and live to tape, yes.
That's right. And
Gothic bowling.
there's a fly in your left buttock. I just want to point that out to you.
Look at this.
Why were you looking down there, Mike? 26-3, $307.
That shot was in the 4-pin, by the way.
And Dean Sullivan takes the lead in the match by 6. He's up 16 in the string, 6 in the match. Good first match, 4 versus 5. Celona missed right. The ball comes
come
back. Hits the 1, gave it a breeze.
Didn't it look like it might have taken them both out?
Yeah.
And it does happen sometimes. Bowlers will get a spare by never hitting the head pin. Steve Kelly, a fellow streamer, had Terry Ballard do that on one of his recent shorts out of the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour.
Takes a 9, 35 through 4. Second string of 3. Total pinfall, all that matters.
Though some cash along the way wouldn't hurt either. Mike Celona, $25 for winning that first string.
No consecutive marks of 3 in a row yet.
And Dean still has a perfect game going halfway through.
Yes. That's $100 if he keeps that up. 10 spares and strikes in Candlepin, a perfect game. We did it last year. The Mixed Worlds give up $1,500. Here's a nice ball for a strike. Here it goes.
There it is.
4 goes last. 45 plus 2 at the half. Dean's on a spare. 62 and a ball through 5. Halfway through the match, update from the Soothing Sounds of Greg Gouillard.
First head pin hit is a perfect head pin hit for Weeper, they call him, Mike Celona. And it is now 62-45, so 7 pins advantage for Dean Sullivan. A strike versus a spare gains about a couple more pins, unless it's doubled on average.
Faye Sawyer, official scorekeeper for all 4 strings today. Thank you, Faye.
I was just going to say that. She just
Terrific
took a
lady,
drink
terrific
out of
lady.
her 16-gallon Dunkin' Donuts cold brew coffee that's right behind her. She's going to need at least that much today.
We make no illusions about the fact we tape all our episodes on the same day. Gotta keep your fuel up somehow. Especially if you're a ladder climber like we had with Keith Beaupre the last time.
Second one to do it since Scott Lapierre did it.
Including Dean Sullivan as one of his victims, I believe. If memory serves.
Sullivan on the head pin, 5. In Canada, they call it the bucket.
No help either for pins.
67 half. Fills with 6, 6, and 5 in the first, third, and fifth.
Mike Celona's home Central Park Lanes alludes to this as the Starlight 5 in reference to an old East Boston bowling center.
Chops out the right side, the 5.
Obviously, Dean mentioned about the decline of candlepin bowling and how sad it is to see. One of the biggest obstacles to growth is the fact that nobody makes new pin setters as well. I mean, obviously, there's marketing questions as well, but it's basically there's no blueprint for making a new one for the time being.
Now, Scott Moore's working on a machine right now, actually.
Ooh, Scott
Moore?
of Candlepin Specialists.
Yep.
He and his son Cam do a fabulous job.
Yep, they sure do.
Former owners of Needham Bowl Away, Tech Extraordinaires, and, of course, instrumental in getting candlepin bowling back to Worcester. One exception to the rule, they did port some pin setters over from Lita's Lighthouse, and now American Flatbread Company is starting a new location near Polar Park in Worcester,
I
Mass.
did see that. I'm going to be speaking at the Worcester Public Library a week from Monday about the Candlepin Lunch with Tommy and Stacia in the hometown of Candlepin Bowling, of course.
Tina's last box, 9, 76 through 6. Good recovery there, but look at this. It's always football season in Candlepin Bowling. Goalpost. Pick your favorite pin.
Where's Adam Vinatieri when you need him?
He's sulking, not getting in the Hall of Fame. He should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
He'll get in eventually. 9.
Well, hit the right upright, so no extra points.
Doing.
So a couple of 9 boxes, but still only 2 pins left standing in this string.
Don't you love the sound that it makes when the football hits it? And they always have. They turn it all the way up so you can hear the thunk.
To further show the New England bias, we have Mark Bellhorn off the pole, 2004 World Series music. He had one that rattled the pole at Yankee Stadium, but I like the one at
I haven't
Fenway.
heard that name in a long time.
Broke the 86-year curse. They've won 4 World Series since that 2004 run. And the best thing about it, beat the Yankees down by 3-0.
Yeah, that was awesome.
There was an extraordinary comeback last night on the Friday Night Pro League as well.
We talked about that earlier. Yeah. 1-4-7-10. It's amazing what happened last night. Watch that epic match on Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube. Hit subscribe. It's free.
As alluded to by Mike Celona referencing the Kentucky Derby, today is May 3rd, 2025 as we tape this show.
Sullivan, nice. Oh, that's a wow
beauty.
10. 95 through 8 in the second of 3.
Yeah, let's see that again.
10s don't get enough love, but that's a beautiful shot.
That's a confidence booster because he started to go downhill after that strike thrown by Celona his last time up in the 5th frame.
Dean has a Pro Series title and a 2-time Outrun the Bid championship winner in Ryan's Millis, run by Danny and Caitlin Finn. Do a great job.
He made a singles Pro Series final recently, losing to Scott LaPierre, if I'm remembering correctly.
As many have lost to him.
Including on our show.
Yeah.
Scott just missed out the ladder here, too, as well. He actually was in the top 5 for a cup of coffee. Then Celona finished strong, as did the freight train Joey Lister, the 2 seed today. Oh, wow, what a shot for a spare.
Back-to-back awesome shots, and that one counts for a spare.
105 and a ball in the 9th. Here in the 2nd from Boutwell's Bowling Center in Concord, New Hampshire. Great owner of the Dallas family. Dallas with an E.
Vice President of the Candlepin Bowlers Association, not ICBA, Dave Chestercove loves this sleeve because it's pretty when it goes. The 4-2 washout of sorts.
How would you know that? It's such a random thing to know.
He mentioned it all the time on New England Candlepins, a syndicated show on Franklin TV, which I think still has a few series in the can. Looking forward to seeing soon.
Oh.
That was a singles one-on-one show, which I can't imagine Dean hasn't made.
Sullivan 7. I like the wood behind. The 6 left, 10 right.
But, of course, Dean Sullivan most prominent for being the Dean of the Palace on King of the Palace out of the former New Palace Lanes in Fitchburg.
Yeah, I sat in on a couple of their broadcasts with Dennis Nuzzo and a few of the other guys.
Back when Lunch with Tommy and Stacia was a new book for you.
That's very true.
7 field, 112 through 9. Can he get it over? No, ran out of real estate. Maybe a little more right may have gone, but give it a good try. Give it a ride.
How much inventory is left from the latest printing, Mike?
Well, the first printing did sell out,
Of course.
and we just did a new printing.
No good 9 out of the channel. 121. Much better string this time. 121 after 99 first. That puts me at 220. 220 through 2. The 5th seed. Now the 4th seed, Mike Celona, who won the first 109.99. 45 on a strike here in lane 5.
I remember the song by The Knack about him, My Celona.
Yeah.
Do you remember that one?
Yeah. How about Weird Al, My Bologna? Left-hander rolls right for 3, but he's on a strike.
Hit it off the foul line slightly, so it was dropped, and then the rubber foul line tends to affect the break of the ball. I wish Dan Murphy were with us. He could explain that far better than I could.
So second ball on the strike. A good shot. Hit
Wow.
the 5. 2 pieces hit it.
Well, a good fill, that's
Wow.
for sure, on the strike.
Wow, talk about being nudged.
Action, reaction equals nothing.
9 fill, 54 at the half. A 9 in the box, 63 through 6, second half underway for him. Right now in the string, 6 completed boxes. He's down 13 in the string, down an Adam Vinatieri field goal in the match.
But he needs at least 2 marks to tie, or at least get in the neighborhood of Dean Sullivan, 121.
Just missed left, not by much. 1, 3, 6, 10, 4 horsemen right. In Millis, that's the Rick Kamrowski special. My teammate, years ago, made a living off this shot, higher than the pro rate of 36%. We used to put $1 in every time we had that leave on our team, Friday Night Mixed League. And that was the inspiration for the lemon drop pool, actually. True story.
Which you'll have to explain.
That lemon drop is the 4-pin of the 6-pin, second left, second right, $1. To count it's against an optional donation. Most are good about it. 5 in a spare strike, 10 in the double strike. $20 for Mike Morin.
It's not a mandate today, but we will mention it. What did you say?
16 families helped the last 2.5 years just in the lemon drop pool. 26 so far on the merchandise, the shirts, hats, and towels now. The WOW shirts, the Candlepins Cancer shirts. Now made by Kim Baker. 7 box at the minimum, 70 through 7. 1-4-7-9.
Well, Dean Sullivan started kind of losing his feel for it in the second half of the game, and now that's happening to Mike Celona.
Just one head pin this string, I'm afraid.
Run-up gets $300 today. Nice shot. Oh, so close. Could have used that one.
Falling down, yelling timber, but it doesn't fall into the 7.
Celona at 9, 79 through 8 on Candlepin Bowling Network and the WON Sports Television Network. He's up against a 121 from Dean Sullivan. He was up 10 after 1.
So even two marks. 2 marks right now won't even put him ahead or won't let him win unless they're
it
strikes,
will tie
of course.
the match, though.
Yes.
But still a string to catch up if not. There's a nice ball. He sweeps 8. 3 left, 6 right on lane 5. This beautiful 24-lane house. 12 here, 12 on the other side of the pond.
You expect a bowler of these averages to have about 4 marks, maybe a shade under each string.
For a spare. Takes it down. There's 1. 89 on the ball through 9.
His second indeed in this case, but there was one that he needed to bridge that gap.
Close match.
If he strikes, he's likely ahead.
Triple strike is $300. After the match, we'll do a $100 strike challenge. Each bowler throws 1 ball for a strike to win $100. Had 2 last time winning. There's a nice drop at 9. The wood spins around by the 4 and perfectly placed.
Oh, gee, I thought
Hits
it was
a wiggle.
going down.
And the sick part is that's what the shot that cost him $25. Dean Sullivan wins string number 2.
98 through 9 for another one. Bang! 108 in the ball in the 10th.
So he will maintain the lead, probably.
Yeah, but Dean Sullivan's going to win $25. Each have $25.
A 3-fill ties the match. More than that, he takes the lead.
On the bonus, wrap the second string. Strike on spare. Wow, what a finish. 118. He only loses by 3. He's up a touchdown on the extra point heading into the final string.
There you see it. 227 to 220 is the 2-string total. A 7-pin lead for Mike Celona. We'll be back with the final string on Candlepin Bowling Network and WON Sports in just a moment.
7. 227, 220. 1 string to go.
I'm going to show the folks the replay of that hammer at the end when we come back. On stream, yes. But
You hearing me okay now, Paul?
Yep.
Oh, and Paul, that is $25 in bonus money. Spare on the 9th, spare on the 10th, and a 10 drop on it.
That's right. So Mike gets $25 bonus money. He's at $50 now.
3 in a row. String 2. Let's go bring it back. Welcome back. String number 3 of 3 here at Boutwell's Bowling Center in Concord, New Hampshire. This is Candlepins for Cancer. My name's Greg Guyar. I'm alongside Paul Grant and Mike Morin. Dean Sullivan, a great second string 121, just down 7 as we go down the stretch.
He might get 48 his last 3 boxes to get to 118. Dean's down 7 coming in this final string. If we tie after 3, we're doing a full 1-string roll-off. If a double overtime, be a 2-box roll-off after that for time constraint reasons for WON Sports.
So Sullivan has 1 Pro Series singles title, 7-time winner, King of the Palace, and a 2-time Outrun the Bear champion. That's a fun one down at Millis Bowl.
Good effort there.
So he'll hope for a 10 and move on without much damage after that not such good a first ball.
The accurate pin like
Beautiful.
that, a 10.
Here was that hammer for Mike Celona that has him ahead by 7 pins. This is from the previous string. And you take a look here, and it goes to the 1-2 pocket, and that's why he leads by 7 going into string 3.
And Dean donated $100 to Candlepins for Cancer before the show today. Thank you very much, Dean, for your generosity. Helping bowlers go through cancer treatments. 501c3 charity. Donations via Venmo at Candlepins number 4, cancer.com. And there's a strike. Every time I mention Candlepins for Cancer, it seems like half the time or more, something good happens. Dean's like, keep talking, Paul.
There it is. That's karma. That's Candlepin karma.
20 plus 2 through 2 in the final string of the match, we think.
5-pin gets kicked last. Sorry, Mike.
Yeah, pretty close to a tie at this point as of that ball.
Talk about your book while we're here, too.
Lunch with Tommy and Stacia had a sale this week, selling the book for half off And I have some with me today. $10 for a copy of the book that normally sells for $20.
Do you have a 30-day price guarantee?
No, I do not. I have a 30-page guarantee. If you think it sucks after 30 pages.
How about a 2-year price guarantee?
This isn't eBay now, Paul. Come on.
Sullivan go for double strike. Close.
All right. That's what you like to be looking at if you got a 1 pin.
There's a reason there's a cash jackpot for hitting 3 strikes in a row. It's that difficult.
Yeah.
For a big 20. No.
I can't believe that.
Wow.
And it was a similar thing that happened the previous string as well, where it was just too far. It was back in string 1, in fact, where it was just a little too much with that boneyard in front of the 10 and just hit the
But
left
there was
cap.
like 3 or 4 pins around it.
The only place you didn't want to hit it, he hit it.
Yeah.
A 9 the fill, 19 box, 29 through 2, 9 in the box. I guess it wasn't there. 38 through 3. Remember that one.
If he can pin these boxes out, though, he may force Mike to get a mark anyway. Mike Celona.
Well,
Yeah, I'm not going down there.
Not any. Well, you're in a league yourself.
I'm not. No,
You were?
I was, but I'm not.
You're in a league of your own.
Yeah.
1, 3, 10. Not easy, but manageable. 4th box, 3rd string of 3.
He made a couple on that order of difficulty last string.
Made it for a 10 box, including a 7 pin.
Yeah. A little
He
too
missed
far
it.
over.
And Brian Hutchinson, the alternate, say he drove up from Virginia. His
Yes.
first in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. He came by just in case.
Did we give him mileage for that? Gas mileage? Can you imagine?
In a perfect world.
I'm going to go up as an alternate with a 1,000-mile drive, hoping that I get in.
And that's a
there
Paul
it is.
Grant special. Missed the second, make the third. Never a good time for that, isn't it, Mike?
No, that
Gee,
never
thanks.
is.
You're fired now. 10:48 through 4.
I'm still working on what you said two minutes ago. I'm still
You're fired.
all right. The crowd is
Filing
pouring
in.
in.
As is the rain outside. Sullivan in the pocket, trying to bounce back. Look at this one.
Yeah, he deserved better than that. All right, so is he going to go to the far left and try to sweep it
I think so.
and take out the 7 in the meantime?
That is a youch. Yikes and ouch combined. Y-O-U-C-H. Put the dictionary, Webster. There are worse words in the dictionary, and worse is not even in there. So why not youch?
Yeah.
Y-O-U-C-H.
That's a certified Steve Bronchick. Oh, Dennis, how does that happen moment?
He's going for the wood like Mike said. And he
Yeah,
got
it is.
What a shot for a spare.
All right.
That may have saved him. 58 and the ball through 5.
So on his first ball, it tailed away. But when we take another look at this one, the wood is going to hit on the left side. I'll show you in this later.
Eventually.
But the wood goes across all the way. It's all the front wood taking that out.
Dean, very resilient bowler. Bowls in tons of tournaments. Always in the
He
running
does.
every time. Never count him out. Here's Mr. 200, Mike Celona. Starting his final string as the 4th seed. 1, 3, 7, 8. He's up 7 after 2 strings. 227, 220. Now chasing 58 in a bonus from Dean Sullivan.
You're right. His high string is 200. When I had him on the Channel 50 show in 2001, his high game was 180. So 24 years later, he's at 200. His high triple still the same, 435 incidentally.
9 down 1 in the string, up a touchdown in the match.
Just a reminder to keep your eye on that plus minus there. That's plus or minus par 10. So Sullivan 2 ahead, plus he has an extra mark. Really, Mike's going to need about a mark, probably 2 at this point, to catch up.
Beautiful ball, pound 7, but splits 2 and 1. Unbelievable. 6 right, 2-4 left on the WN Sports banner.
And no help, no extra wood. He's got to slice it.
This is a tough one. Missed left, 2 left, 6 right.
On a
And Dean Sullivan takes
championship
the lead in the match.
on a championship mixed worlds team, he's that caliber who could have made that split. Made it with Team Holbrook Coca-Cola. Yes, Craig Holbrook.
Celona, nice out.
Oh!
He got it. That's a wild 10.
There you go.
Some really good shots today on cut shots for 10s. 19 through 2 in the final string of the match. Unless we have overtime, he's down 10 in the string. He's down 3 in the match.
But that doesn't qualify as a Paul Grant special, right?
No. You
Okay.
have to miss a complete in the second, making the third, like the mug says. You have to go to my school of verbiage. On the crossover, 9. He's got a piece of wood in front now. 2 roll
Yeah,
away.
he'd rather
better
that-
odds now.
He'd rather it got out of the way, I think.
Useless piece off to the left. Go right at it. And a better ball for a left-hander. Percentage-wise.
Got to watch, make sure he doesn't clip the pin in the gutter first.
For a spare. Missed it.
Oh, jeez.
How does he find that gap?
Fall into the gap. Remember that commercial?
I do remember that.
Levi jeans?
That was
Gap?
you singing it, wasn't it?
I wish it was. After royalties.
There's a visible head shake there. He knows he's running out
And
of
he
time.
missed the second. Make the third. You know what that is, Mike?
No. It's a Mike Morin special. Oh, boy.
10, 20, 30, 29 through 3. He's down 9 in the string. He's up 2 fingers in the match. Off to the right on the 3-9. Brutal.
It's getting a little bit late for half Worcesters.
Better leave than a spread eagle.
Celona, same spot. That's
Oh,
a Paul
man.
Grant shot.
That's where you want to hit it, though, right between the 1 and the 6 to get him to spread all over the place. Actually, the 1 and the 2 is the better place. But
Trying to get a big out, and he gets the pocket. He comes out with an 8 box. He'll take it. A sigh of relief, a deep sigh of relief for an 8.
because it came close to going right through the black hole.
Boy, hit that shot. 37 through 4. He's down 11 in the string.
Rob Stone calls big ball 10 pin, but is that a certified skinny jeans moment or what?
He's down 4 in the match.
Randy, I can't believe that.
Head pin it. 7 flops down. 5 middle, 8 left, 9 right. Gives him a shot. So he gets a spare here from Dean Sullivan's 58 plus half.
Wood's not the most helpful, but it's intact.
No, it's not, but it did get out of the way.
For a
so.
spare, right in
Oh.
the middle. Oreo cookie time. Got the cream in the middle, left the wafers on the outside. The good stuff.
The odds are less that he would do that than pick it up.
Wow, tough break.
The worst kind of skill shot.
Yeah. And then the
Joints it
insult.
for an 8-45, no mark half. Dean Sullivan's up 13 in the string plus the ball. He's up 6 in the match. 5 blocks to go for each bowler. Will we have overtime? 1 string roll off. Tim Douglas, the Tornado, the 3rd seed up next.
I would say that whoever wins this doesn't want that because they got to go up against such a great bowler, the Tornado.
Did they charge us lineage for the extra?
Lineage.
That's what I thought. Honestly, someone said lineage, and I'm so confused, but like lineage sounds more correct, doesn't it? That is to say the
sounds like
cost paid to
sounds like 23andMe to me.
yeah, the cost paid to the house for the privilege of bowling, including in a league, most notably.
Bombs away, baby strike. Wow, it's spare. 68 half, 72 plus 2 through 6 for Sullivan.
Picked a good time to do that.
That's 78, in fact, through the 6.
78 through 6, right. 68 through 5, 78 plus 2 through 6. Thank you, Greg. Trying to get the bonus money ready here at the same time.
Yeah, you're digging into the cash reserves here to do a bit of a payout here at the end.
You may have to dig a little deeper. That's back-to-back marks.
Yeah.
Another one is $50. Tim Douglas in the house. He's on deck for the winner of this one. Coming up next live on Candlepin Bowling Network and on future episode on WON Sports.
Oh, big break. The
Well.
left side collapses. He's going for 3 in a row and $25 in bonus money. Mike had 25 earlier. They've each won a string. Each with $25 in bonus money for that.
I'm sure he's bummed that was not a strike, but he's even happier that it wasn't the split that it could have been.
That is Timmy on your screen right now, incidentally.
Each missed a single pin. There's 2 pin it for 3 in a row. He got it!
Oh,
$50 in bonus money.
the door is closing on Mike Celona.
25 for string 1, $50 for 3 marks in a row. Big 20 box, 88 through 6, 98 already, 98, and a ball in the 7th. Trying to get to the second round.
Just 1 pin separated these two in the qualifiers. That's one reason to not be deceived by the seeding. Dean Sullivan, the number 5 seed. Mike Celona, the number 4 seed.
On the spear, just 3. That one got away like a Southwest airline commercial. Want to get away? 101 through 7.
Yeah, he ended up in Akron, and he wanted to go to Thousand Oaks, so that didn't really work out.
How about we
for
get
him.
Wayne Penny and his wife Judith here from Michigan watching?
Really?
Yeah.
My home state. Oh, yes, yes.
Sullivan trying to come back for 4 in a row, not quite.
Nor is it his first trip from the Midwest to attend a Candlepins for Cancer taping. So hello, Wayne.
Triangles 45% for Class A bowlers, not wood. Stats by Candlepin Bowling Network. 2 middle, 4 left, 5 right.
Wayne, where are you going on vacation? I'm going on a Candlepin bowling tour.
Missed right that time.
Concord, New Hampshire.
109 through 8 in the final string of the match. In regulation, lost the first, 109.99, won the second, 121, 118. $300 for the runner-up.
This could still be well past 140 with a couple of marks. But even without, he's still in the mid to upper 120s.
Sullivan rolls in the pocket again. 9. The king is
wait
the
a
5.
minute.
Here comes the wood.
Not fast enough.
Not electricity on it. Couldn't find an electric charging station. Unavailable.
120 is trivial. In fact, getting those 20 boxes will do that for you.
That's a leaner, and that is touching. So
No cap this time.
nope,
Spare.
no matter where he hits it, it's going to go down.
119 of the ball in the 9th. Putting the heat on Mike Celona.
Who's got a 45 half and is going to need a massive finish.
Sorry, hearing Paul Grant say no cap made me short circuit a second here.
I have that effect on people.
I'm a millennial, and it still made my brain break for a second.
What can I say?
It's a generational thing.
Sullivan feeling it, hits the pocket, spins back, drops the 4, 2 left, 9 back, middle, right, 10 in the corner, wood to help on the left side.
He's all charged up. There was a bit of a lift. He didn't lob, but it was out. It wasn't out smooth at the release.
126 through 9.
The line is faintly visible on your screen there, but 10 feet
Yep.
in front of the foul line is the lob line, which the ball must contact this side of it in order to be considered rolled and not lobbed.
Good try there, wouldn't go. 9 to 10, no wood to the right to help.
Yeah, probably 128 game for him.
He's actually on 126 through 9. The compy score is updating in-house.
Ah, okay.
That's a known quirk of it.
Dean in the 8, nice finish, 134.
Ah, got it. Well,
And the system has honestly been reliable for many years in Candlepin houses, as we know, of course. And but now Cubica AMF is increasingly finding their way to producing more automatically sensing Candlepin scores as well, using much of the same
as long as
technology.
Cubica doesn't put strings on these things, I'm good with it.
354 finish for Dean Sullivan.
Thankfully, nigh impossible in Candlepin because of the live wood. It would
Yes.
tangle like crazy. Someone tried. Didn't work.
It's a big second half.
Well, he's going to need about an 80-something. I don't know what the exact number is. You can probably tell me.
He needs to get to
Greg.
127 for overtime, 128 to win outright. He's at 45 at the half.
He needs 4 marks.
There's one.
Now there's one. Yeah.
Remember, he had 2 marks at the end of that second string to only lose by 3 to keep that 7-pin lead.
55 and a ball through 6 right here. He needs 32 bonus pins. That's why I say 4 marks, including the one he just picked up. He needs a lot, but he's on the right track. His head pin accuracy has been among his best in this string. Look at this!
Well,
Huge 9, Phil.
he's motivated.
64 through 6.
Celona is bowling his absolute best. Has he turned it on at the right moment, or is it too late? Wood is a bit mischievous.
Missed it. That hurts.
Well, that is painful.
He missed 2
because-
singles a string.
He put it where he needed to put it.
It did obscure his path to the pin. Of
Yep.
course, he's approaching it from the left side, so there was daylight, but it still was complicated by the wood.
An inch or two either way, he would have had it probably, but he capped it flush.
973 through 7. Now I believe a double strike is required.
Running 20 boxes also does it, but strikes are required.
Needs to get to 128 to win, 127 to tie. 73 through 7, needs 55 and 3. Could do with 3 marks, like Greg said. Not
Well,
quite
he's
double
hitting
yet.
it beautifully now on his first balls.
But the angle piece of wood could be a trouble. Could
Yeah.
be trouble here. 5 middle, 8 left. Got to get this one somehow.
And this is a worse piece of wood that he confronted last time. This is straight up in the way of his pocket. You can talk to me about that later.
Can he get it? Oh, Wood robbed him there.
Double slap in the face with that one.
Now a double strike required.
This time I just did not see a way through with his ball unless he
No.
went way outside. I can't even see how he gets there that way.
Celona an 8. 81 through 8.
Didn't want you to say Paul Grant special.
So he needs a double strike to have a chance here. A couple of marks, he'd have 120, falls short.
Yeah.
A double strike and good fill, by the way, to win. Give it a good try.
He can spare in this box and be fine, but
That's true.
But double strike, yes,
That's
is
true.
needed.
Double strike somewhere before he leaves the building.
Crossing over. He's got to get this one somehow to stay alive with a spare and a double strike.
See an open frame here, and it's done. Because the best he'll be able to do is maybe 120.
7 for 8 on the head pin in the string is Celona. Sullivan was 8 for 10. 7 of 10, excuse me.
No.
That's it. It's over. Sullivan is your winner.
Dean Sullivan, the 5th seed, trying to become the 3rd bowler in second ladder row to go all the way to the top, which means more bonus money. He has $100 already, winning 2 strings and 3 marks in a row. Mike will have $75 in bonus money. Stay tuned for the $100 strike challenge after the break. Each bowler throw 1 ball for $100. They knock them all down. Mike will get $375, 300 for runner-up, and 75 in bonus money so far.
Yep.
The option for another 100. Well, he could throw a triple strike here.
Yep,
Sorry,
that's true.
Paul, I was miles away. $100 for Dean Sullivan?
Yep. $50, 3 marks for 2 wins. And slowly, that does it officially for a bonus money for him. Dean's already won the match.
He was throwing the ball the second half of this game to win the match, even though he was down 80 pins.
Mike missed again. There's 3 singles a string.
Trivial in the scheme, at least.
That's a Paul Grant special in the match. Never a good time for that. 10-99. Dean Sullivan shakes his hand. Stay tuned for the $100 strike challenge. Final score first from Greg Gouillard.
354 to 326. Dean Sullivan advances to take on Tim Douglas in the next match. Stay tuned for the strike challenge and post-game interviews coming up next on Candlepin Bowling Network and WON Sports. Turn the headsets off. Do you want to leave strike challenge first? And,
Pick your lane.
and welcome back. It is time for the strike challenge. As you see, Dean Sullivan has won our match 354 to 326. 1 ball now to win $100 extra atop the $75, excuse me, that Mike Celona already has.
Mike chooses lane 6. Great run, falls short here in the first round. And he spins left for 5, so no $100. He'll get $375, 300 for the runner-up. $75 in bonus money, winning the first string for $25, and got 3 marks in a row for $50 in bonus money. Dean Sullivan will throw a strike, hopefully for $100 for him.
I could take the call of this one if you don't. If you want, Dean Sullivan on lane 5. Every winner, including Dean Sullivan, who might be able to climb this ladder, will get a shot at the strike challenge after every match, so he technically could have 4 cracks at it. His shot is just off the head pin, and this chance will be left by the wayside. And now here's Paul Grant and Mike Morin in just a moment with those interviews.
Request for air conditioning. Already did. Oh, you did? Okay.
All right. Mike Celona, good run today. Fell short, but boy, some tough breaks there for you.
Yeah, the wood wasn't my friend today, but that's how it goes sometimes, you know. Sometimes you hit the cap, sometimes you don't.
You're a great competitive class act. I love the shirt, though. It didn't work out for you today. Usually you do better when you wear the shirt.
Yeah, at least I got a wow at the end of the first string. At least one wow, right?
Well, you got $300 for winning bowling 3 strings, not bad. You won the first strings, you get $25. You had 3 marks in a row, $50 in bonus money. $375 for 3 strings, not bad. That beats minimum wage, huh?
Yeah, not bad, yeah.
I hope to see you the next.
I'm making a PO right now.
What's that?
I'm making the post office right now.
I hope to see the 9-pin in Abington, Massachusetts later this month.
I'd love to. I already won a 9-pin tournament. I'm looking for another one.
Good luck. Thanks, Mike Celona. Thanks a lot. Mike.
All right, Dean Sullivan is the winner of our first match of the day, and he had about a 355 somewhere in that neighborhood.
Yeah, something.
Give or take, 20 pins. I don't know. Yeah. But how'd you feel out there? Because man, you really turned it on at the end.
Just got up and threw my ball. That's it.
But on one of the last balls, you didn't lob, but it went in the air for a while. It seemed like you must have been really amped up on that shot.
I think it hit the rubber on the line.
Gonna blame the rubber?
Yeah, always blame the rubber.
Hey, Mike Celona was on our CANDLEPINS Stars and Strikes show over 20 years ago when I was hosting that show on Channel 50. And I was thinking the other day, how is it you avoided? Did you ever try to get on that show? CANDLEPINS Stars and Strikes.
Yeah, I tried a few times. I think I got knocked short by, I think it was Carrington knocked me out.
Well, he knocked everybody else, so don't feel too bad.
Well, yeah.
Too special.
It is Gary.
I know. Well, look, you're moving on now, and do you have the stamina? Did you have your Wheaties this morning? Because you got some more bowling.
I had Egg McMuffins. Wheaties is for wimps.
Okay. You also got an extra $100 for more Egg McMuffins on the way back to Manchester. So congratulations. Good luck against Mr. Tornado.
Oh, yeah. We're going to show him what a tornado and a hurricane look like.
Okay.
All right, Greg, wrap it up.
Thanks so much for watching this naturally good, not natural disaster of a bowling broadcast. This is Candlepins for Cancer on Candlepin Bowling Network and WON Sports. On behalf of Mike Morin and Paul Grant, my name is Greg Guyar. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for another episode live on Candlepin Bowling Network. Until next time, so long.